Hey, welcome back, guys. Today I have a new minigame for you, and it's gonna be Peach's Day Off. Hopefully, you saw my short that I uploaded yesterday, which is basically a part one of the whole Peach's Day Off minigame inside of Mario Party Jamboree. So, without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so first we're gonna go inside this little box, which is basically how the game gets detected. And as you see here, the game's gonna start just because it detected me. So let's actually go back. Camera angle, and so that won't happen. Let's break this block. Sorry about that. So this just obviously, as you saw, this detects when you walk on top of it. You will need to shield it because you don't want the game to start when you're here, and let's say you're walking forward and you start the game again, because if you activate it there and you activate it here, the camera's gonna go back to this first part and now start and pan again. So make sure you shield it so it could only detect you when you're above it or if you're right next to it. So that's that. I'm not gonna place the shield. Not gonna place the redstone yet because it's gonna start breaking out on me. Once you're done, if I were you, I would seal it. But since I'm gonna be coming back here for updates, or maybe I want to change it or something, I'm gonna have a little door open. Just make sure you don't open anything or do anything on this side of the map. But okay, so when that activates, obviously this whole redstone activates, which activates these three sets of commands. These two sets are exactly identical. I'm going to show you in a bit. We're going to go over this pillar first. So as you see here, that's what activates first. It's going to be a camera command, and it's basically going to be setting the command with this camera command /camera at all set Minecraft free ease, which basically how it transitions 0 seconds, so it instantly changes, and then to this location. So POS means position, and then ROT 60 means rotation, 60 degrees facing downwards, and then 180 facing left and right. So typically it starts facing this way, so 180 degree brings it this way, and then 60 degrees positive will go up. So make sure backwards. 60 degrees positive will go down, and if you put negative, it would actually go up. So make sure it's down facing the players. That's what this one does. And then this one right here, it's just in case the player has experience for some random reason, or you want to play it again and maybe a mob died near you or whatever, and you want to not have experience, you put experience minus 15L, so 15 not points but just levels, and then add all. So all the players get taken away 15 levels regardless if they have 15. If they have 1 or 2, or they have 0, it's going to bring you back to 0. And then that's at 0 tick delay. Chain command always active, always remember that. Tick delay 0. This one, however, chain always active, but 10 tick delay, which is basically half a second later, it's gonna add all the players 4 levels. The reason we want to do this is because you want to start the game with 4 levels. If you have just 3, most of the time, or like 80% of the time, friends will probably play this game and have maximum of 1 or says nothing. So I'm putting 4 regardless if you landed on Peach or not. But for right now, let's just make it even across the board, and everybody has 4 levels, aka 4 gifts to turn in for Princess Peach. Okay, so that's what this does. And then this one just sets the camera command somewhere on this height facing downwards like this. That's all it does. So once the redstone reaches this, a second later, this will activate. This is the exact same command as this one. The only difference is I got this last number 8, and I basically added a whole bunch. So 105. So I added, what is it, like 98 or something? I'm not too sure. Second difference is instead of E0, like this one had E0 right here, because I wanted when it gets detected, the camera instantly goes to this location. For this one, I wanted to pan. So it starts basically the same command, but since only the last number changes, the camera is going to go from this perspective to this perspective, and it would take 55 seconds to get there. If I put here 5 seconds, the camera is gonna basically speed all the way up from here all the way over there in 5 seconds. That's too fast. I had it at 40 initially. I thought it was still pretty fast. I went to 50. I thought it was okay, but it could also use some work. So I put 55. You could put 60, but then I was thinking it's basically a minute. So let's not do that. So keep it at 55, or if you want to do 60, go ahead and put 60. And that's basically everything's exactly the same. The only difference is the 55 instead of 0, and the 105 instead of, I think it's -8. There you go, -8. Okay, so that's how the camera gets panned from the front to the end. You lose levels, you gain 4 levels for easy play, And then these two pillars, let me show you. This is the pig side and this is the chicken side. So the chicken side just sets a block at this location. This one does the exact same thing, and with literally all exact the same. The only difference is location, and that's about it. But they all set redstone blocks. So let's pretend that this is a redstone block. What it does is one spawns one there, one spawn one there, the other one spawns one here, and the other one spawns one there. And what that does is, let's break it just in case I don't want to break the game. Last time I was actually recording this, I actually deleted a whole line just by flying through, so let's be careful this time. So basically, once it detects it, obviously these 4 get activated. These are exact same commands, with exception of the one over there. So let me just show you this one first. Like always in all my minigames, when there's a command block under it, I always make it be the one that resets the minigame, which is basically setting this red block back to air after a certain amount of ticks, which is typically when all these commands get activated. Then it could break it. If you break it before, if this lane didn't get activated, it's not gonna get activated. So make sure if you have any delays or what do they call it? Tick delays, delay in ticks, you have this one after. So let's start with this one over here. This one has a tick delay of 0, which is as soon as it starts, this one's gonna activate. So it's automatically gonna start and summon a pig at this location. That location is basically, where's the red line? Red line 1 block before, or something. I think it's 2. Basically, this block above it is gonna summon a pig right here. Oh, right here. This one right here, exact same command. The only difference is it has a tick delay of 15. This one, exact same command, tick delay of 15. And since it's very tedious to keep doing the same commands, what I recommend you doing is /give. Oh, what am I doing? Give add player. Structure block. Structure block. Once you have it, let's say you do the first row, you can literally downshift. Make sure you only save this bottom section. So let's do, so red, I only want 1, so 1 thickness of red line. You saw I cut it like that. Now this is way too high, so let's bring the green line, which is basically the y-axis, down to just number 2. You keep a 2, and let's just say you name it 1, just because I always name them 1, because you could always just keep changing it later. So let's say you want to make one right here, right? So let's just do this, and let's break these right here. No, a little further. Okay, so you're gonna place one here. You literally press load. Oh, put 1, and boom! Look, commands are exactly the same as this. Now let's say you want to twist it. You can literally just put it here, exact same spot, but this time you go here. Oh, my bad. Load 1. Now the difference is you put rotation here, and now like if you put load, oh, this one actually you gotta put it on this way, so I made it face the wrong side. So let's say you break this one again, sorry about that. You put load 1, so I believe it's this one. There you go. Now they're all facing this way, but make sure you put a space so it could be, you know what I mean. And these are all the exact same. So the only difference you're gonna do is whenever it's an orange one, let's imagine this one was actually orange, because pretend I did it right. If this one says tick delay 0, you're gonna make this other one tick delay of 100 or enough so the mobs won't touch each other. The reason why it's important to mobs to not touch each other is because of this. Let me show you. Yeah, it's hard to explain, but okay, let me see. Okay, I need them to touch them. There you go. All right, once a pig touches another pig, they exponentially, not exponentially, but basically they make them run faster. Okay, so the only difference from all these commands is this one, obviously 0 tick delay. This is 15, 15, 15 tick delay. Then these, instead of 0, this one has 100 tick delay. And then these are just 15s and 15s, because these don't spawn until this one gets activated. So once this goes, it gives it a little second, a breather. Then this guy goes with a little spacing. And then lastly, this guy goes with the 190. And then this one is just 15 and 15. But it's all the exact same command. So don't worry. I know it looks like a lot, but it's just technically 2 commands. The breaking one and then the setting a pig. You could also do them standing up. I just have them like this because my world is, I did this on the top. This one is the exact same thing. The only difference is, you guessed it, says chicken instead of saying pig, and obviously the coordinates are different. Instead of spawning for this top one, the chickens are actually running on the lower one. As you see here, there's two sets of I'm gonna call these, oh man, what am I gonna call these, what are they called in construction, or like not construction, like in factories, conveyor belts. So in these pink conveyor belts, the bottom one is gonna be the chicken and the top is gonna be the pig. You could use the same one, but I wanted to use different paths, and if you use the same height, it's gonna affect the pig differently. So let's go back to the beginning. So as I said, these are two sets. So the first bottom sets are the ones I just showed you, which is this first set and that first set. The top two ones, which are the greener ones, or turquoise, whatever you want to call that, teal, is this one and that one, and it's the exact same thing with one exception. This block right here, I almost broke it. It sets a block. Instead of setting red chickens like this one and these rows, this one sets a block, because that one cannot set blocks on this one because it's too far away. It's gonna say the whole can't place blocks outside of the world or something, because it's outside of your render distance or whatever that's called, your ticking areas. So as soon as you basically get around this area, this one has a tick delay of 100. So by that time, hopefully you're probably walking around this area, maybe going towards the middle, and you're close enough to that command block. So this guy actually sets the redstone block for this guy to continue spawning more pigs and more animals. Same thing over here. The first two, the first one doesn't do anything. Second one activates this guy and sends one over here. This one actually has 1, 2, 3, 4 sets of pigs spawning, and this one only has 3 of chicken. You could add more. I just feel like this is already the good amount of mobs. Not too much, not too little. You can add one if you want. Another one, doesn't really matter. But basically, this one, exact same commands. Obviously, these have different spawn differently. This one spawns on here instead of spawning on that one over there. That one's at the redstone block here. And then finally, after these go in loops, that's basically it. You know, you start walking this way, and you make your way to the way it counts the points. Before I get there, let's show you the most important part of the video, which is how to make a conveyor belt. So yes, the way this works is by these command blocks. Let me explain to you. Well, actually, what the simplest one, I think is the one that says 0. Whatever, 180 is good. Okay, so this is a /execute command, which is basically the one that's going to be getting affected are the entity that you write here specifically. Instead of writing type, you could also write name. So this is how it is. So this one's an execute add all entities that are chickens positioned tilde, that means wherever they're located, if block. So if there's a chicken and if there's a block that is exactly where they're at, tilde, but 6 blocks under, there's a magenta glazed terracotta, which is basically this block. But this is the thing, you not only you need to know if it's a glazed terracotta, a pink one, but also what type, like what side is it facing. The way we do that is with this bracket. Make sure you put these little quotation marks, or else it's not gonna work. Facing, direction, and then quotation marks again, equals 3. The 3 is important because that one says 3. This one's gonna say 4. This one's gonna say 2. And lastly, this last one is gonna say, I think it's 1 or 0. 5. Oh, you know what? None of the ones they've said. Okay, so 5. Make sure 5 goes east. 3 goes south. What do we see? This one was 4 goes this way and 2 goes that way. 1 and 0, I believe, go in the exact same one as 3 or something like that. But just experiment, because I took forever doing that. But okay, so not only you want to do that, it says, and then once it detects that, let's say that the pig detects this arrow facing this way, which is basically the command from the beginning all the way here. Now that it's checked off, like it is standing on one of them, what is it going to do? So it's going to be running a command, which you should put /run TP, so it's going to be teleporting at the location of an entity called a chicken that is 0.1 blocks away from the chicken. So if you don't put that, let's say you don't put that at all, there could be a chicken here, and if none of them are touching this pink line, but this chicken does, now it's going to teleport to a random chicken in front of it, I think. Well, I'm not going to run the risk, so just trust me on that. Just put a radius command. It could be a 1. I'm putting 0.1 because since I do have them kind of close, I don't want them to start running super quick. I don't want that to happen. I'm pretty sure you don't either. So just make sure you have that point 0.1. If you just put 0.1, since say the command does not work, blah blah blah, you just have to put a 0. So dumb, but there it is. And obviously a comma, it's not a period right here, between chicken and radius equals 1. And then lastly, tilde, so wherever it's located, but plus negative 0.15, then tilde 90. The reason why this is negative, because I was actually going this way. Oh, my bad, yeah, this way. If it would have been positive, it's gonna go this way, and same thing with left and right. I'm pretty sure you know how coordinates well. You know, as long as you went to 3rd grade, you should be able to know that there's positive and negative numbers. Okay, so lastly is 90. So what side is it facing? Sometimes if you don't put the last number, which, oh, did I break something? No, this is 90. Okay, so that one says 90. This one should say 180. This one should be like 270, and then this one should say 0 or 1 or 2. 0 or 1, basically 0. Basically, you don't want them to be walking this way and be looking to the left. It's gonna look really funny, or because sometimes the pigs would just like move around, like look circles, but they'll keep walking, moving like that. You don't want that to happen. So make sure that if they're facing south, they have the facing south area. That's what the number is at the end. This is facing 180 degrees, which is basically opposite of north. So that's south. So when it walks this way, it's gonna face south. That one's gonna face east. That one's gonna face north, and that one's gonna face west. Super simple. For the pig, exact same command. The only difference is you're literally gonna do the command I showed you of the copy paste. You're gonna copy these 4, put it right next to it. Just switch up one word. The word type up 2 words. This pig turns to a. This you usually see chicken. Now you put pig, and then right here, teleport here. This one changes from chicken to pig. That's basically it. The exact same commands. You could always put them always active. I just have redstone underneath it just because if there's an emergency or whatever and I gotta do something, I could always just like break it, and I don't have to like individually turn one off at a time, and just crouch when you do that, and you could place it. A question you might have is this: if you do not put let's say 6, you just have it like that, it technically will never work because the chicken cannot be on the block. If you put -1, it's the one right under it, obviously, and then -6. That's the reason why the chicken detects the one over here and does not detect the middle ones, because it only does the ones of -6, and the pigs only detect if they're -4. If there's a pig right on top of this, it's not gonna do anything as long as it's 4 blocks underneath it. So that's basically how I made the pigs and the things work how I want. Lastly, once you go all over here, this is the fun part. This is the part where I played it with my friend and it didn't work because I forgot to put add all instead of add player. So let me show you how that works. Once you pass over here, 2 things happen. You're gonna tell your friends to stand in these little things. I don't know what type of blocks to put there, to be honest. I just put that because I don't know what block should I put there to indicate the player that that's where I want. Oh, you know what? This is actually better. This is gonna be like, you stand right there, you stand right there. A player's gonna stand on the pressure plate, and it's gonna go here. It could also be a radius one, or what I did with the skulk. But just to play it different, I'm gonna do this. I'm probably gonna switch it to skulk later on. But for now, I want to show you that you could also do it just with this. So, or that's what I've been having it with. So once you touch that, 2 things happen, or actually multiple things happen. First off, these guys don't have options no more of pressure plates. Before they all had options. Now it's only this guy. So
you technically don't need any of this. Let me actually just make it more simple for us to see.
So that obviously goes down, and this thing happened. First off, let's go this. As you see, yeah, let's go here. First, it's gonna disable your camera. So input permission set at all, camera disabled, and then it's gonna disable your movements. So once you tell you guys to stand on these little sections, and then as soon as they're all standing, you at the end stand on this. So then you guys are all frozen, just so you guys won't move, and you know, it's like a little animation thing. So you guys are frozen. You guys can't move your camera or move your player, and then later on you will beat it. But this is gonna be a couple seconds later. So this is 150 tick delay. I don't know why I made it that long. Let's just make it be 100. There you go. So after 100 ticks, aka 5 seconds, you're gonna be able to move. And then that one also, as well as movement. The only difference is this is enabled and this one says disabled. I literally did what I always do. Copy paste, bring it here, just switch the last word, just so you won't have to be typing everything. It's super annoying. You can't just copy paste, at least not on my keyboard on Minecraft. So this is the best thing you could do. Okay, so this is how you make them lock into place and not move when the game's running. And then this is the fun part. So first, it's gonna execute a command at all the players. Make sure it's A, not P, or else only you're gonna have the cool animation. It's gonna text for a player that has a level of 4 maximum, but a minimum of 1. If you put 1 in 1, it's gonna say sorry. Your minimum cannot be the same as your maximum or something. So this one could literally be 1,000. It doesn't freaking matter. But I just have 4 because that's what I have right now. Maximum level is 4, but the minimum is 1. And surprisingly, if you have 2, this one will not activate. Although it says minimum and maximum, you have to have exactly this number, which doesn't make sense, I know, but this is how you write it. And you write position wherever they're at. So to the run set block. It's gonna run wherever it's located plus 5 blocks above you and 3 blocks in front of you. It's gonna drop a red concrete powder. So I don't have to really explain it, but if you're standing right here, a red concrete powder is gonna spawn like right there, kind of 3 blocks away and like 5 blocks above you. And like concrete powder does, it's just gonna fall and do a little animation of like, imagine it's a gift falling. It falls. That's what this one does. This next one is, and as you guessed it, I use a structure block to copy every single one and just changed one word or one thing. This one, the exact same command, the only difference is exact same location as well. But as you see here, this one has a height of 5. This has a height of 6, height of 7, and a height of 8. Oh, this also says 7. Let's actually fix that. 8. There you go. The reason you want that is because sometimes when there's a lot of players, it didn't work. It was working perfectly, but just to play it safe, I added one more. If 2 sand blocks or falling blocks, it could be sand, gravel, concrete powder. I think that's it. In the same spot, one will break the other. Or like if this one's gonna spawn here, but this guy turned to an entity and is going through it, sometimes one of them will like delete the other or whatever. Just make sure when they're falling, they all fall like one here, one here, one here, and one here, and they're kind of falling equally. Obviously, there's a little tick delay between them, and there's also a tick delay. I put 15, just like the pigs, between every single one of them, so they won't do that ever, but just in case. So this one, what it does is, obviously, I told you, red concrete powder. This one block above, but this time the lower level minimum required for this one to work is if you have 2, and this one says yellow. Oh, I wrote something on it. Powder. Oh wait, powder. There you go. And then this guy, the exact same command. This one says 3 instead of 2, and it's gonna say 7 instead of 6, and it's gonna say cyan, which is basically that teal color. And then lastly, it's gonna be doing a concrete powder with a maximum of 5 this time, because now we have minimum of 4. Remember 5. This one cannot be lower or the same as this number. So this one has 5. That one says 4. This one says 8 instead of 7, and this one says lime, which is that light green color. And what that results to do is, let's actually show you without having this command, because I want to move out right after. So if I go, let's clear my inventory. Let's put slash. Oh, before I turn into survival, let's actually give myself a bunch of bottles. That's enough. Slash game mode survival. I have 0 levels, so if I go here, nothing happens. If I go here and I give myself 1 level, look what's gonna happen. 1 is gonna spawn. Now if I have 2 levels, 3 I guess, I can't break that because there's a border block there, so I'm gonna face this way, so the block's actually gonna spawn on this side instead of here, but just pretend it's this side. So if I stop here, look what's gonna happen. Oh, you know what? It's still gonna spawn here because it's by the left side. Okay, so it spawned a level 1, a level 2, and a level 3. So if I have 4 levels, as you see here, it's gonna spawn a red, yellow, blue, and cyan, and lime, because you know it's spawning 4 because I have 4. So as you see here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Obviously, if these blocks weren't there, they were obviously going to fall. So if I had 4 levels, I wonder if it works in creative too. Cause I have 4 levels, regardless what it is. Oh, okay, so it does do that. All right, so that's what it is. You know what? The whole not moving thing, I'm gonna make that decrease because let's just put it for 4 seconds. So let's put 80. No, 2 seconds, 40. There you go. Just, you know, because if they do fall and you move, they will move. So they won't stand on the same. They won't stack up like that. Oh, like this. My friend was moving before I had that command, and when they'll fall, one will fall here, one will fall here, one will fall like that, and it doesn't look nice. So you do that to let's do that. There you go. You do that so they could actually fall where you want to. And that's basically it. So in this video, I'm only going to be showing you this part. The second video I'm going to be uploading, it's going to be a short first and then a tutorial. It's about this section of the minigame, which is just, you know, you pick the one you want. Hopefully you don't pick the same one. And lastly, it's going to be this one. Hopefully I'm going to put walls around it and make it look a bit nicer. I think there's like a bunch of vegetation and a bunch of grass stuff around it. And I think it's nighttime, so maybe when I go this way, I'll make the game turn night, just to make it more aesthetic. I still don't know exactly how this is gonna work because I haven't done it, as you see here. Oh, about the levels, I almost forgot. Give me 1 second. How does the pig and the sheep, I can call them sheeps, the pig and the chicken remove your levels? So I actually didn't do this till the very end. As you see here, this door is open for a reason. So you have these 2 commands, and also that building all over there where the cake is. There's 2 commands, as you see there. There's 2 right there. So let me just show you how that works. This one was pretty hard. I actually had to Google it and I ended up not working, and then I changed something and it worked. So you're gonna do it /execute add all, add entity equals type equals chicken. This one's the exact same thing, but it says pig, and then position wherever they're at. You're gonna run a XP -1 level, add a player that's radius of 0.4 levels, and obviously that gets detected over there. Hopefully you guys like the decoration. These were supposed to be gifts. That's a little like bow on top. I thought it was pretty creative. I don't know if it looks as nice as I think it does. And then obviously these look like it's actually, you know, wrapped. Not like that one, but alrighty. Well, that's, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. This is Archerdragon once again, and see you in the part 2.